if he looks just as bad as he did in his last fight. And you know what I hate, guys? They keep like showing these pictures of Deontay Wilder, and they're like, "Whoa, he's looking swole. Whoa, he's in great
He
shape."
always looks like that.
Dude, like this is like natural for him. He wakes up and it's like this. You know what I mean? So it's like I don't even care because remember when Anthony Joshua was in great shape and he fought Usyk?
Yes.
It doesn't mean anything. It means absolutely nothing because it matters what you do in the ring. And sometimes all that muscle mass and stuff, like, you know, although I do believe, well, I do want to see it if Deontay Wilder still has that power because I felt like in that last fight we saw, guys, like he didn't have it.
This card is on pay-per-view.com. Do y'all care? It's on Friday
No.
in Wichita, Kansas, by the way. Do y'all
Who
care
else is
about?
on the card?
We're
Is there
looking at
anything?
it right now. It's Dion Nicholson versus Devontae Williams. There's Marco Romero is on this card, who I've loosely heard about. John Cantrell. You got some undefeated fighters on this card, like legitimately like undefeated like prospects. Nico Hernandez is probably one of the
Yes.
more prominent ones, I would say. But like, I don't know, man. I let's look at the odds. I can't believe Deontay Wilder's doing this again. But then again, it's boxing. He is minus 1,800. That's not fun. And to win by knockout, he's minus 800. Okay, all right. The Vegas has spoken, and they're telling you that the expectation is Deontay Wilder just does what Deontay Wilder does.
First round knockout?
Let's see. Let's actually go round by round.
Also, guys, the big question
Jesus.
while Brian looks that
No,
up,
you're legitimately right. Plus 290 is the
because he
shortest number
should.
here. Knockout in round one.
I will say, guys, okay, so
Ugh.
here's the question. If Deontay Wilder has like this great showing in the ring and he ends up getting that first round knockout or second round, third round, whatever, what does that mean then? Brian, this is a question for you, the big
Scared.
Deontay Wilder. Does that mean that he gets back into heavyweight fights with potential champions?
That's the scary thing. Like, what if Deontay Wilder wins this and Top Rank is like, hey,
Anthony Joshua.
no. Top Rank is like,
Oh.
yo, Jared Anderson, Richard Torres Jr. Who's the other one? Why am I Naiba? You
Yo,
know what I
so
mean?
Josh says right here, Deontay fight winner Chavez Paul. Yo, I don't think Jake Paul would ever want to fight Deontay Wilder.
Um,
It's too scary. Is it not? Like, am I like he's one of the most vicious punchers of all time? Am
is
I
he
wrong?
still? Is he still? That's the
We gotta
thing.
find out. Like, I don't think that lead. Okay, am I underrating Jake here again?
I
Like, am I tripping? Like, I don't know, guys. Like, I don't know. I honestly don't know how to even talk about Jake Paul sometimes because, like, it's like sometimes I believe these fights and sometimes I don't believe these fights, and it's like it's Deontay Wilder.
I think we could stop screen sharing. Let's just end with some comments. Foxy says, "I lived in Medellin for a year. It's dangerous if you make yourself an obvious target." No dark papaya.
What's that mean? What's that mean? Papaya is a fruit, isn't
Yeah, I'm
it?
not sure what it means in the context of Colombia, but um, it's interesting. I wonder what living in Medellin would be like.
it,
Medellin,
it looks
um,
beautiful.
look, it ain't what it looks like in Narcos. Is what I'll tell people. Because that's from the Pablo Escobar era. I want to rewatch Narcos this summer.
So good.
um, Steven asks,
I have the funniest story about Narcos, actually.
Steven, I want to know
I,
this after this comment. Steven
okay.
asks, is Malik Scott still in the corner collecting a check? Apparently not. Apparently they did part ways. Deontay Wilder seemingly confirmed this today, actually. So Malik Scott is not in the corner. And actually, did I have something I wanted to queue up? What was your Narcos observation?
So I know this is like something I literally did. So I was going back to the motherland of Fiji, and then that's like a 10-hour flight from LA, right? And it was at nighttime at like 10:30. And through the night, like I was just watching Narcos and you could see it on my laptop, and everyone else was sleeping, and all you could see is a bunch of violence and sex and drugs, and me watching Narcos for like 5 hours straight from LA to Fiji. So that's literally what I did. But yeah. It was hilarious. My mom was like, "What are you watching?" And I was like, "Oh, this is Narcos." Anyways, I thought it was hilarious. Oh, what happened over here?
Yeah, I
Okay, I'm
don't know what
back.
happened, but
Means the show has to stop now, guys.
yeah, it's about to. Let's look at Deontay Wilder's media workout from the other day. Why not? Deontay Wilder media workouts are always entertaining. This is from Pound for Pound Sports and Entertainment. A bunch of people were there in Kansas. Yeah, just same old Deontay Wilder pad work. Listen, I'm probably more pro Deontay Wilder than most, but admittedly, his pad work has never looked awesome. He just like the whole thing, the whole gimmick with Deontay Wilder, if you will, is just he lands really fucking hard and is the hardest puncher I've ever seen, like in my life.
But more than Mike Tyson.
Mike Tyson, I remember.
Oh, that might be before you. That might be before your time. Okay,
like I was born after. When I was born, Mike Tyson was in jail. So,
okay.
Obviously, I've gone back and watched basically every Mike Tyson fight I could find because you try to be a historian about things that you care about. So I'm educated on history, like 80s basketball, 70s basketball, 70s, 80s boxing, even before that. But I didn't experience Mike Tyson in that way because when I was 4 years old, he was at WrestleMania knocking out Shawn Michaels so that Stone Cold Steve Austin could win his first World Wrestling Federation championship. Deontay Wilder's the hardest puncher I've ever seen.
Okay, got you. For me, it's Mike, and Mike's like one of my favorite fighters. And some people get mad at me when I say that. But anyways, that's not the point. What I do want to say is, why did you make that face?
What?
No, women get mad when they find out that I have a huge like Mike Tyson painting in my home.
Oh,
they're always like, "How can you have that up in your home?"
I didn't think anything of it until you said it. That was yeah.
And I'm just like, I like, you know what I mean? My girlfriends get so mad, and they're all like, "You should take this down," but like their husbands are always like, "This is great, it's great stuff." I painted it myself, by the way, guys.
He's also seemingly turned a corner, is what I'll say. Since then, all right. Let's see. Foxy, this is for you right here. No dar papaya just means be cautious and avoid putting yourself in vulnerable situations. Cali, yeah, most dangerous part of Colombia from my experience. Yeah, I mean, Narcos would show you that too. Cali is no joke. Also, I would say this is the case in a lot of different places. Just don't, wherever you are in the world, just don't make yourself an easy target. Same thing about New York. People talk about like, oh, New York City, the crime, and New York City is done because Zoran got the Democratic primary, over Cuomo, and it's like New York's fine, bro. Like we just want to be able to afford shit. Yeah. But like the crime, there's crime everywhere. There's crime in every city. But it ain't like the 80s and it ain't like the 90s. You know what I'm saying? Rappers, this is how you know, because hip hop used to be good out here. We actually used to have shit out here. Now there ain't shit to rap about. Though. There ain't shit to rap about no more because the streets are safe.
No, that's not. I've saved it many times playing Spider-Man on PS5. Okay, I've saved New York City too many times, you guys. Okay, anyways. You guys, we gotta get going, but I do want to say thank you so much for joining us. So we said we were only gonna stay a half an hour, but we love talking to you guys so much. We stayed for an hour, and Brian had to push back a few things. Super busy day for him. Make sure to follow him on Twitter to know what he's going to be doing for the draft stuff.
That's a couple comments before we get out of here too.
Okay, I'll let you read them, and then we got to bounce.
Yeah, Josh says I was living in Columbus, Ohio when Buster beat Tyson.
Oh my God.
Sebas went, wow, that's pretty cool. Shantelle, do you think Oscar was wearing a sock? Oh, I love this show. Post-fight show coming Saturday. We gotta do it. We
have to do the post-fight show. So make sure you guys join us. We'll be watching, and then we'll be joining you guys and talking all about it.
Coach Mario, we gotta shout you out. Julio Cesar Chavez Sr. never hit the pads, according to him. Also says pad work is overrated. I agree.
Yes.
With this 1000%, because people be killing it. You see this on Instagram a lot now, especially, and Coach, I'm sure you see this a lot on Instagram. People be killing the pad work, but like they're just sort of doing what they rehearse. They have a routine in mind where it's like they have like it's just like playing music. It's like
I'm not gonna lie, I'm great at pad work, and then I get into the ring and have like three rounds, and I'm like no stamina.
I pad
fight off the back foot.
Pad work feels great. I love shadow boxing though, because
Yeah.
I get to use my imagination more and I get to actually move my feet more.
I'll ask you one question though. How are you fighting off the back foot?
I like it probably too much because I'm short and I shouldn't be doing it as often as I do.
Okay. I'm just not very good at it, but I'm not very defensive. I just like to I
One day
fight like
we'll
a
pop
Mexican
on here.
fighter.
What? One
I
day
do.
we'll pop on here. We'll post videos so y'all can judge us. Y'all can grade us.
Yeah. One more comment before we go.
Yeah. Let's do it. Let's see. Jesus says pad work is to get loose. I agree. So is the bag. I think the bag is good for that too, depending on what bag you got. Ryan Hong, salute.
Oh, Ryan Hong's in the chat. Okay, it's
Tommy
been a minute.
Fury even looks good on pass. Foxy says, all right. And with that, we will see you Saturday night for our first post fight live in a while.